Hello and welcome to Automation. Today I'm going to be showcasing off three engines for you. One by De Beyer, the Bavarian Monster, as I like to call his engine. We've got Administrator Mr. Stig, KillRob, the Hessen Behemoth, and then we have Prylix, the Tech Game Master, with his engine from the Rhine Palatine, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Palatine Muscle. Sorry, I had to do that. Now, here are the three engines. Here, here, and here. Now these two here are supercar engines. This top one isn't. Now then, let's get on with revising. Let's go through this engine here. Sorry, that took a few seconds to load. I'm going to be doing this in horsepower, as you can see. So I'm sorry about that, guys. It's going to have to be that way. But if you want, I'll switch over now to metric to keep everybody happy. Okay, I was just checking my recording software, which is over here, and I'm going to put this down nice and low and shift this over a bit. Sorry, just had to move that. Now then, we have a inline 6, 2 litre, with the smallest turbocharger I've probably ever seen. No offence. But now we've got this i6, okay? Good power, quite low down. This is for a taxi in 1986. Okay. It's got good cork, low down the rev range, but it's very flat. Range is good. Responsiveness is a little bit low because of this turbocharging unit here. Loudness is okay. Very quiet engine. Smoothness is crisp. Weight's medium. Weight's okay. Size is okay. Cost and stuff is okay. That's okay. Emissions okay. Very good economy though, 21.4% and 95 RON. But I know what you'll want. To see what's behind this, how he built it, and all that juicy goodness. Inline 6, aluminium block, 76.9 to 71.7. Good block. Cast hyper eutric or something, or however it's pronounced. Cast. So that's the most efficient heads you can get. Seems to be running very low compression. A virtual head cam. 5 valves cylinder. I didn't expect you could get that in 1986. Mr. Turbo's there. 8.6, 34. No VV2 or VVL available, so we can figure out those. And then turbocharger, we've got turbo, single turbo. You can only get that on the i6s. Ball bearing, medium air. Custom size 35.9. So very little boost. 36.2, 82.82, and 0.3 bar. So this is barely above normal. This is what I would call on the small side of a compressor. Robert Horschlein, he's next on my list. Fuel injection, mechanical injection, single and single. So I don't know what fuel system config, it's throttle per cylinder and stuff, but that's a single throttle there. Each throttle per cylinder would be different, so, but it's cost effectiveness. Standard premium, 15, very, from what I saw earlier, that is a very efficient, because 16 is the best you can go for thermal efficiency, well, for power you'd normally push it up to about 12.5, which is up here, or even higher, which is bonkers. Ignition time is 59, so it's a bit on the advanced side. 6,000 rev limiter. Exhaust system, that's short cast, no bypass valve. 1.5 inch, three-way reverse flow and reverse flow to keep the sound down. Now then, I know what you've been asking, I know what you want. You want to see this thing roar. For the first time ever, I can talk over this. That is just sublime how quiet that was. Now that... oh yeah, I forgot. Test mode. Let's see what this engine is like. Tongue-tied. We are on boost. I do give Dubai credit because he's got little to no turbo lag available on this engine. So this concludes Dubai's review of his engine. And I'll be back in a bit with the next part. And we are back. Hello everyone, this is Robert here. Now we are going to move on to the German Stig, Mr. KillRob, with his engine right here. And let's review it. I thought I'd try and pause it there. Now then, Mr. KillRob. Here we go. He is the German master of work. This is the Hessen. This is the Hessen Beast. What we have here is a 504.6 kilowatt at 7400 RPM. I'm trying to do this very German. Precise and clean and efficient. They have 715 Newton meters at 5000 RPM. I'm doing my best German accent for you all. Red line is at 7900 RPM. Range is 57,380 kilometers. Responsiveness 60.8. Smoothness at 65.5. Weight 346.1. Okay, I'm going to drop the accent. I can't do that. People would start laughing at me. Oh wait, they are. Cost, it's service cost of nearly 1450. Emissions 480. I was on my engine. I had a turbo unit and it was a lot more powerful than this, but it had 282. So he's but this is a supercar engine with no limits. 16.85, 456.6 grams per kilometer. I was over 700. 97.9 RONs. It's something else, I don't know. 136.6 build hours, which equates to... Sorry, I'm doing this off... oh shoot, I'm doing this off camera. 136 which is about 5 days building this, mainly on the exhaust system. That is where all the money's been. Just down here. Now I know what you're asking. Bottom end. You went for a V8 platform, I went for a flat plane. We all have our choices. V8, aluminium silica, 108.1 to 88.5. Now he's a dev here, and he knows his stuff because he helped develop this game, okay? We have forged steel crank. We have a forged steel crank with titanium conrods. It still looks a bit too golden, I think, but, well, that's up to Daffy. Lightweight forged piston heads. And moving on to the top, we have dual overhead cam with 4 valves a cylinder, aluminium silica. One thing I found out with this game, you have to keep the head and the crank the same just to balance it. 11.4, that's pretty high. Cam profile 33. VVT on all cams. VVL at 63. Turbocharger? Forget it. There isn't one, as you can tell. The exhaust system would be different. Now then, we have fuel system of injection. Sorry, I had to stutter there. Multi-port EFI, multi-port fuel injection, electronic fuel injection, throttle per cylinder, as you can probably tell if I get right in here. That's the spark plug, but really can't tell. Sorry, I'll get it out. Performance heads, super unleaded because this is 98. Thank you, Roland, who I'm going to get on to in a bit. 12.3. Now this is running very rich, richer than normal, because if you wanted more economical, you'd go down here. But if you wanted power, just push it up to 12.5 or a little bit higher. Max you can do is about 11 is here, but that's irrelevant. Ignition timing of 90, rev limit of 7900. Race tubular heads, single exhaust. I would have gone for duals. No bypass. 4.25 inch, so it's a 10 centimeter pipe, just a bit over 10 centimeters. High flow freeway, straight for exhaust system. Now then, you want to hear this engine roar, don't you? Now I've heard it roar. Okay, you're asking me to do this. Sigh. ...640 Newton meters at 2,000 revs. Get over that. Very stable. $3,600 is when the second stage comes in. 4,000. Slowly creeping her up. There we go on Mr. KillRob's V8 power plant. I love this engine. It's probably one of my favourite engines. I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Okay. Welcome back. Now, our last engine of today is the supercar engine by Prylix, aka Roland, whose surname is unpronounceable. Sorry, Roland. We have got probably the most powerful engine. As you can see, it's nearly 1700 horsepower, or 1238 kilowatts. This engine's more powerful than a BMW R30, R54 or something, or a B54. I can't remember exactly. Okay, that was a bit unexpected. Okay, let's run through this engine. Of the monstrous size of it, it's enormous. This is the Rhineland-Palestine Game Master Monster. We have got a 7.9. Okay, let's call it 8-litre V8. 5 valves a cylinder, as you can tell, 40V. 1,237.6 kilowatts at 7,700 RPM. 1,583 Newton meters torque at 7,000 revs. This is a brutally powerful engine. This engine will pull a car up to 505 kilometers an hour, which is, let me get my Mr. Trusted Friend the calculator. $313.79 miles an hour to you who use English out there. This engine is just insanity. Red line is at 7,700. Range is down at 35,064 kilometers, but this is a big engine. This is bigger and more powerful than my engine, which I put in. Responsiveness is 46.5, loudness 59.4, smoothness is 57.3. Wait, this is nearly half a ton, well, 400 kilos, 2/5 of a ton. 1861. Emissions are off the charts. 890.8. I was running about 700 here. 97.6 RON, which isn't too bad. Man hours is 165. This is a big engine, which equates to 165.6. This engine will be built in under a week. Almost a week with this engine will be built in nearly a week. A lot of man hours, nearly 4,000 material costs. Now then, let's see how we built the thing. Tech quality of 5 with flat plane V8, aluminium silica, 115mm bore to 96.1, billet steel, I-beam titanium. You have to go for that if you're using these big engines. Lightweight forged, dual overhead cam 5, aluminium silica 7.9, 100. VVT on all valves, no VVL available. Now then, select turbo. Turbocharger, twin turbo, with ball bearing internal, so it would spool up a lot faster, but it comes on extremely early. huge, absolutely huge intercooler which has Wi-Fi connectivity, if you get the pun. That needs to be fixed, Daffy. 90.8, 73.2, 1.4, 1.29. Yeah, that may not look it, but this is a horrifically powerful engine. Close you down. Memory, and this is all built in 1995, and I couldn't come up with this monster. Fuel injection, multi-port electronic fuel injection. This is another developer. Throttle per cylinder with a standard intake. Let me just test something. Whoa. Standard intake, super unleaded at 98. 11.5. This is running 12.5 is ideal for performance. This is running really rich. 99 on initial time. This is really advanced. I mean, seriously advanced. 7,700. This is pushing limits here now. Shortcast, quality of 3. Dual exhaust system, like you should. 4-inch exhaust. Screw catalytic converters. This thing is built for power. Straight through, and forget about the second muffler. Ooh, that sounded nice. Let me just quickly strip that. Have to clear it. Okay, let's see it in test mode. Giving it a bit to eat up a bit. 1000 RPM, not really much on the table. 2000 RPM, 100 kilowatts, sorry, 500 Newton meters. Hang on just a moment, I'm going to check something. Okay, so, sorry, correcting myself here, but the power comes at about 5,000 revs. Nearly 200 kilowatts, that's nearly 600 Newton meters. Not much happening now, but this is when we get really into the boost. This is coming on song now, but the turbos both sides are coming in. Okay, I'm at 0. Look at these. Look at this and look at this. I'm going to go silent now. From here to here I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be concentrating. That is what this thing sounds like with over 1600 horsepower. Now that change I made here, let's check race, see if that makes anything. Yeah, brings the range down. I mean, this engine here it's a bit more powerful, but doesn't really provide much more kick. I mean, if I was to run the 1277 for... I would be running, if I was running that race intake, I would have run 1661 horsepower. Roland, you could have made that change, but I made it exactly 98. You made that change to race. Bang on 98. But your costs would have been beyond a joke. So I see why he kept on this. Just to keep this service cost down, because when you add in race intakes, you usually end up with more money. And I've been nearly nattering for half an hour. But, I mean, this is a surprisingly very powerful engine for 1995. I'm surprised that the likes of Bugatti or Jaguar or even McLaren didn't build this. But McLaren used a 60-degree V12. Can you steeper angle here? But this is just the best engine here. I mean, if I built it, I would have won. But this is the game master, Prylix. He built this game, and he knows how to basically make games where he wins them. But he's the game master, but he's also a developer. And this is where I must say good night. This has been me rambling on for 30 minutes. I don't usually extend past 7 minutes, but this was a special circumstance, so I decided to throw the 7-minute rule out. And I hope you don't mind me nattering on this long. And I hope to bring you more of this game in the future. Until next time, everybody, this is Robert Gracie signing off, and also please, please, please pre-order. Thank you and good night.